Unfortunately, I would like to give the official statistics. Hatay, more than 1,600 deaths. 1,300 deaths in Maraş. In Gaziantep, 504 deaths and more than 4,000 wounded. 127 deaths in Şanlıurfa and more than 2,000 wounded in Şanlıurfa. 120 deaths in Diyarbakır and 167 deaths in Adana and more than 5,000 wounded in Adana. And in Malatya, 201 deaths and more than 4,000 wounded. Osmaniye, 502 deaths and more than 2,300 wounded. In Kilis, 27 deaths and 500 deaths wounded. In total, unfortunately, 5,434 people lost their lives, and we have more than 31,000 wounded people and casualties. I would like to extend my condolences, and I wish God rest their souls. For the wounded, we provide 6,030 healthcare officials to help the casualties. And we also send doctors and medics with a number of 2,000 to help the state hospitals. On the region of the earthquake, we have 28 medical intervention and disaster tents, and we use our land ambulances, and we refer the wounded ones to the Mersin state hospitals. As you know, 98 wounded casualties went to Mersin with the vessels and ships of our armed forces. In Mersin State Hospital, 590 wounded people are being treated. The wounded people of the wounded and injured casualties of Hatay were referred to Adana State Hospitals. In the hospital in Adana, there are 600 wounded casualties being treated, and 208 of them are in intensive care unit. And we are also using our district and provincial state hospitals to host other wounded and injured people. The other severely injured casualties will be carried to Istanbul and Ankara hospitals. And so far we have carried more than 300 casualties. The Republic of Turkey is on the region to recover with all potentials utilized. And I would like to thank everyone, every volunteer trying to help out. Please do not forget, every disaster was overcome with solidarity and single heart, and this is what we will do. Thank you, Ward. Thank you very much.
Çok değerli vatandaşlarım, değerli vatandaşlarımız, değerli basın mensupları,
members of the press, I would like to salute you all cordially. As our minister said, we are now in front of a great disaster, an enormous one. But with our nation in solidarity, in unity, we will work and we will recover from this disaster, and we will overcome this, and we will fix our issues soon, hopefully. And we are intensively working, and there is a great effort on that. And for this, I would like to thank everyone working relentlessly and acutely. After the earthquake, we initiated our work as the Minister of National Defense. And after we informed our president on the early mornings of the disaster, we initiated our crisis management table and we started to work. And we have detected that the first priority is to send the equipment and the officials for the rescue operations and humanitarian aid. And then we have coordinated, then we have done what is needed, and then we created an aid corridor on the air, and this aid bridge is underway. We use all our aerial vehicles, including A-34, and we are using our air spaces, and we are providing aid and equipment to the areas. So far, 2,600 rescue operators and more than 1,000 equipments were carried by us. And the equipments and the aid coming from abroad were deployed and stored in Malatya and Adana Incirlik base, and we continue. We have 75 aerial vehicles, including the helicopters and other drones, and we have 213 vehicles in total. And we are also using these vehicles to carry our injuries, wounded, to the west part of the country, and at the same time we are also helping our citizens who wish to go to the west. The most important equipment that we have is our helicopters, and helicopters are active. And we started and tried to make Incirlik base as a hub, and many helicopters are working there. And we will use all of our helicopters, and we will increase the numbers of the helicopters, and we will make sure that the number will be 45 even. Of course, the airport of Malatya makes our work easier. We are able to now provide our assistance using airspace. We are closely monitoring the weather, and we are able to use all of our airports for takeoffs and lands, and we are intensively working on making sure that we are recovering. Our soldiers, at the same time, standing by this nation, and they are working with their full effort. And on the region, more than 7,500 soldiers are active and working, and as of tomorrow, additional 1,500 military personnel will join, and we will also use our other battalions from Izmir and other provinces, 9 battalions, for the security and helping to rescue operations. Our soldiers are helping the AFAD officials, and at the same time, natural disaster rescue teams are also active. They are the teams from our department, and we have some teams coming from Cyprus, and we have some battle teams from our squad, and we have also involving them. And in order to mitigate this pain, we are using our equipments like mobile kitchens from our stocks, and we have 14 mobile toilets, and generators will be deployed and will be carried to the area and to help them. We are also in effort to provide breads. We are using our mobile bakery vehicles to produce breads. And daily we provide warm food, especially to the areas of wounded. And we also use other equipments, other foods coming from abroad. And all headquarters, battalions and the garrisons and other military complexes are open to host anyone and those in need who are affected by the earthquake. And at the same time, of course, with their alliance allies and other countries, we have been receiving many aids and assistance, and we are using them as well. While using them, we are working in coordination with AFAD. And we are also in contact with governorships and garrisons, and our military personnel are working day and night. And we are using our sources and equipments, especially that we have as resources of fuel, and we are providing fuel in our NATO stocks. Another thing is that we can use our vessels right now to provide assistance and carry our personnel to the area of earthquake. And we use our vessels as well, our ships on our sea route to carry the casualties. Our vessel taking off from Iskenderun has been carrying more than 1,500 casualties, and these vessels will use their sea lanes. We have Sancaktar and Bayraktar rescue vessels. They are now carrying equipments, foods, healthcare equipments, medical equipments, and excavation vehicles. Iskenderun, as you know, there has been a fire breaking out in the port of Iskenderun. Our helicopters are trying to put out the fire. I have been closely monitoring the process in coordination with all institutions of our government, and I can sincerely say that everyone is working, and government is meticulously working with great diligence, and everyone is in solidarity and unity. And soldiers, like every single day, are still standing by this nation, and we are showing this support. Once again, I would like to thank sincerely, with the bottom of my heart, to everyone contributing, and I wish God's mercy for those losing their lives, and wishing a speedy recovery for those wounded. Hopefully, as one single heart, we will overcome this disaster. Thank you.